Step into the darkness where reality blurs and nightmares come alive. I never thought a car could be haunted until we bought the old Volkswagen Beetle from that estate sale. It was a quaint little thing, painted in bright, cheerful colors with oversized polka dots that screamed clown car. Little did we know, it would become our worst nightmare. The day we brought it home, I could feel a strange energy emanating from it, as if it were alive somehow. My wife, Lily, brushed off my concerns, chalking it up to my overactive imagination. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about the car. It started innocently enough. The radio would turn on by itself, blaring circus music that sent shivers down my spine. The headlights would flicker on and off at random intervals, casting eerie shadows across the walls of our garage. I tried to convince myself that it was just a faulty wiring issue, but deep down, I knew better. Things took a turn for the worse when we decided to take the car out for a drive. As soon as we pulled out of the driveway, I felt a strange pulling sensation, as if the car had a mind of its own. It seemed to glide effortlessly down the road, steering itself with an eerie precision that left me feeling uneasy. Lily laughed off my concerns, but I could see the worry in her eyes. She was starting to sense that something was seriously wrong with the car, and she wasn't sure what to do about it. As we drove, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. I glanced in the rearview mirror, half expecting to see a sinister face leering back at me, but there was nothing there. Just the empty road stretching out behind us, disappearing into the distance. We reached the outskirts of town, and that's when things took a turn for the truly bizarre. The car suddenly lurched to a stop, its engine sputtering and wheezing as if it were gasping for air. I tried to restart it, but it refused to budge. We were stranded in the middle of nowhere, with no cell phone signal and no one around to help us. Panic began to set in as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate landscape. And then, just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, we heard it, the sound of laughter echoing through the darkness, high-pitched and manic, like the cackle of a deranged clown. Lily clutched my arm, her eyes wide with fear. "What was that?" she whispered, her voice trembling. I had no answer for her. All I knew was that we needed to get out of there, and fast. But as I tried to start the car again, I realized with a sinking feeling that we were trapped. Hours passed, and still, the car refused to start. The laughter grew louder, more insistent, echoing through the night like a harbinger of doom. I felt a sense of dread creeping over me, a primal fear that gnawed at my insides and refused to let go. Just when I thought I couldn't take it anymore, the laughter stopped. Silence descended upon the night like a heavy blanket, broken only by the sound of our ragged breathing. And then, out of the darkness, came a voice, a whisper so faint that I almost didn't hear it at first. "Get out." I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. The voice came again, louder this time, more urgent. "Get out of the car. Now." Without thinking, I flung open the door and stumbled out into the night, Lily right behind me. We ran, our feet pounding against the pavement as we fled into the darkness, away from the car, away from whatever malevolent force had taken hold of it. As we reached the safety of a nearby gas station, I glanced back at the car, half expecting to see it lurching towards us, its headlights blazing with unholy light. But it remained still and silent, a silent sentinel in the night. We never spoke of that night again, but the memory of it haunted me for years to come. I couldn't shake the feeling that the car was still out there somewhere, waiting to claim its next victim. And as for the clown car, well, it disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only a trail of fear and uncertainty in its wake.